Google has confirmed it will shut down its Stadia cloud gaming service early next year. The service, which launched in March 2019, allowed users to stream video games to their TV. But Google said it had failed to gain traction with users and had now made the decision to close it down. Laptop or smartphone without needing to own a games console. The platform was seen by some as having the potential to be a Netflix for video games when it went live. Stadia General Manager and Vice President Phil Harrison said in a blog post that the service would remain accessible until January 18, 2023. And that Google would be offering refunds on all Stadia content and accessories bought since the launch. It hasn't gained the traction with users that we expected, so we've made the difficult decision to begin winding down our Stadia streaming service, he said. We're grateful to the dedicated Stadia players that have been with us from the start. The service, which launched in 2019, allowed users to stream video games to their TV, laptop or smartphone without needing to own a games console. Netflix's ambitious expansion into gaming seems to have got off to a sluggish start, new data suggests. According to app tracker Apptopia, Netflix's games have only 1.7 million daily users, less than 1% of its 221 million global subscribers. While Stadia's approach to streaming games for consumers was built on a strong technology foundation. They've also been downloaded a total of 23.3 million times globally since they were first introduced last November for Android and iOS devices. There are now a total of 26 official Netflix games available exclusively to subscribers of the streaming platform, including 2 Stranger Things spin-offs. Read more. We will be refunding all Stadia hardware purchases made through the Google Store, and all game and add-on content purchases made through the Stadia Store. Players will continue to have access to their games library and play through January 18, 2023, so they can complete final play sessions. We expect to have the majority of refunds completed by mid-January 2023. Streaming-based video game services have been an area of increasing interest for gaming firms in recent years, with Microsoft most notably investing heavily in the technology through its Xbox Cloud gaming service. However, the format is yet to be fully embraced by the public. Mr. Harrison said Google would continue to invest in gaming, and look to apply the technology behind Stadia elsewhere within the company.